Alright guys, so Usman से मेरी बात हो गई है. Usman is saying that he's coming. So hopefully he'll be joining us. Yeah, so I'm back now. I'm back live and Usman is going to join us. Usman ने मुझसे कहा है कि वो बिल्कुल आ रहे हैं. उन्होंने मुझसे अपोलोजाइज़ भी किया कि आप लोगों को इंतज़ार कराया गया. पर कोई बात नहीं, टेंशन की बात नहीं. उस्मान हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, तो आप बिल्कुल हमारे साथ ही टिके रहें. उस्मान हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं और फिर उस्मान से हमारी बातचीत होगी. He's a very sweet guy, so he's not gonna he's not gonna vanish on you. I promise. He's coming. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, welcome back, man. Wow, you guys, so you guys are like major fans, dude. Like, मतलब मैं दोबारा live आया हूँ, फौरन सारे वही आ गए, you know. So hi. Okay, दोस्त क्या scene है? Scene on है, dude. Scene on है. और उस्मान मुख्तार बस आने वाले हैं. उन्होंने मुझे भी मैसेज किया है कि वो आ रहे हैं वापस. So तो कोई टेंशन की बात नहीं है. उस्मान हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, ये वादा है. Okay, मुख्तार हूँ मैं. He's here. He's connecting. Finally. Let's do it. Okay, so उस्मान हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. तुम आ गए हो, नूर आ गया.
Sorry यार, मैं टेबलें साफ कर रहा था घर की. I didn't think there was 7 already. अभी मैंने देखा 7. Sorry.
No, that's fine, bro. मुझे लोग मैसेज कर रहे हैं. पता है फिर यहाँ पे पता है क्या हुआ? When you were like when I went live, थोड़ी देर तक तो चलो ठीक था. Everybody was like, yeah, okay, great, yay, he's coming, whatever, right? थोड़ी देर बाद वो नहीं होती conspiracy theories. Oh my God, उस्मान को ये हो गया. Oh my God, उस्मान ये कर रहा है. Oh God, ये हो रहा था. ये शुरू हो गया. And I was like, मैं सबको जवाब दे रहा हूँ. मैं सबको जवाब दे रहा हूँ. नहीं, मैं सब कुछ नहीं है.
मैं टेबलें साफ कर रहा था घर की because we don't have a maid right now, तो.
Oh, okay.
Trying to.
What's up, dude?
Good. You tell, how's it going, man? It's just it's crazy.
Dude, 25 days. मुझे तो ये नहीं पता कि दिन क्या है, रात क्या है, शाम क्या है, मैं कौन हूँ, मेरा नाम क्या है. I don't know nothing.
I know, and Karachi में that's a proper lockdown, no? That's what I've heard.
Proper, bro. Like पुलिस वालों ने तो बिल्कुल वो किया हुआ है कि कोई नजर ना आए बाहर. You know, 5 बजे सन्नाटा. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. It's like a zombie apocalypse. You remember that film? 28 days later.
I'm the biggest zombie genre fan.
Same.
So I somehow, since forever, I've thought that this day would come. You know, so
you were looking forward to it.
Something like this. So when I found out that this, I remember when I was in, I came to Karachi for HSA. This thing had just recently started, but ये उस वक्त वुहान में हो रहा था. And at that, I knew that this shit's going to get really serious. And I kept saying that to people. So people, nee. The problem is we take things very lightly till shit hits the fan. So everybody like, nee, it's not going to, man. It's fine. ये खत्म हो जाएगा, bird flu की तरह ये वो. And then shit just got real as soon as World Health Organization called it a pandemic. That's when like everybody.
And it is very serious, man. Matlab, I've never seen like Karachi the way it is right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like 5 baje for 25 days straight. Like पहले हफ्ते हुआ तो चलो मैंने भी वही सोचा, like वही वाली बात कि oh यार चलो एक हफ्ते बाद things will open up, it's fine, Karachi cannot be shut down, it's the financial hub, कोई सीन नहीं है. जब 25 दिन गुजर गए तो अब मैं वाला now it's getting to me like oh my God, this is serious, you know what I mean? So like anyway, so we got lots of questions. I'm just going to run through fan questions first. Because we got loads of fans who asked questions and some really good questions. सबसे पहला सवाल जो है वो तैयबा का है. Okay, now I know you. I met you a few times and you're a really cool guy. Lekin I don't know much about your starting history. Like मुझे एक अंदाजा सा है, but like मुझे properly नहीं पता. तो तैयबा ने सवाल पूछा है कि how did your career in media start? Like how did it start?
My career in media started, I don't know, commercially, I would say. I actually used to kind of stay away from commercial dramas and films and stuff. So I had my own little thing. I was doing theater and then I was doing films for festivals and stuff and all of that. But then, there came a time where I realized, I went through a phase where three and a half, 4 years, I didn't do much. I was in a mess of a situation, and I was just dealing with, you know, a lot of depression, a lot of that. So I had, and that time, just when the 3.5 years went by, I had gained like a lot of weight, and I was like obese and stuff. And then that's when I realized, I said, 3 years passed away. Everybody that was with me have just reached somewhere, and I've actually gone backwards, you know, like whatever I was doing, I stopped doing that as well. So then I was like, it hit me that, you know, if you want to do something, you have to kind of do commercial stuff. Your idealistic approach, it's not going to get you anywhere. So then I started working out. I started shedding the weight. It took me about 8 to 10 months to do that, and then I was supposed to do a film called Parshi, which came out later. At that point, yeah. So the producers then said, "Okay, we're not going to do Parshi first. We're going to do Janan, this other film." And they had kind of told me they briefed me on the character and everything, and that's how I did my first commercial film.
Okay, so हमारा अगला सवाल है this. Okay, by the way, उज़ैर जसवाल हमें देख रहे हैं. Shout out to उज़ैर जसवाल जो कह रहे हैं कि
उज़ैर अभी मेरे से एक
लूडो
की गेम हारे हैं और एक जीते हैं.
उज़ैर कह रहे हैं जोई, you're a great ludo player.
ऑजी जो है वो अभी हम लोगों के पास टाइम नहीं है यार कुछ करने को, तो हम लोगों की अभी हो गया, हम लूडो खेल रहे हैं, हम पार्टी पे बातें कर रहे हैं, तो वो लूडो में हारे हैं ये मुझसे एक गेम और एक गेम जीते हैं.
जो you're a sweetheart man. ये भी ऑजी ने लिखा है. Okay, अगला सवाल ये है. अगला सवाल OCL जो हमारे दोस्त हैं, आई थिंक कॉमन फ्रेंड है, उसामा कॉम.
एक चीज मैं इनको कहता हूँ, मैं लाइव नहीं कह सकता वो.
नहीं, आप ना लाइव ना कहें. उन्होंने एक सवाल पूछा आपसे. उन्होंने सवाल ही पूछा है कि जोई आपने पूछना है उस्मान से कि who would win in a fight, जो एक्सोटिक और अल्तमश. ये उनका सवाल है.
जो एक्सोटिक मैन, hands down.
Okay, SS दरबारी ने सवाल पूछा है, experience working with Nemal. How was your experience working with Nemal?
It was an amazing experience. Yeah, we had such a ball working together, and you know, it's a shame that she's not acting anymore, but the run she had, I mean, she did a fantastic job. Like, there's no question.
सिमरा पूछ रही है कि I think, उन्होंने सवाल नहीं पूछा पर उन्होंने कमेंट किया है कि I think Joey would be an amazing psychopath in a drama. So you would play a really good psychopath.
I would, yeah. That's the thing. I am dying to play. So really? I don't like gray characters. I've been offered gray characters. I don't want to do gray characters. Either I want to be a really, really bad guy that people would hate.
Yeah.
Psychotic. So I don't know. If I get the right role, I'd do it.
Bro, I think you'd be great. I think you'd be an amazing anti-hero. जैसे House of Cards का बंदा, Breaking Bad, you know,
something like that. I'd love to do it, but I mean, there's not a lot of roles that are being written like that. So I mean, if I get a role like that, I'd love to do it.
All right, हमारे पास अगला सवाल है. This is from Ariba, जो ये पूछ रही है कि okay, no, actually I can't understand. मैंने खुद ही अपनी writing नहीं समझ आ रही. My God. ओके, सो रीबा अगर आप देख रही हैं प्लीज यहाँ पे मैसेज कर दें. इफ्रा ने पूछा है कि आपकी जो तस्वीरों में एक स्मर्क होती है, ये वाली, ये स्मर्क का राज क्या है?
ये जो असल मेरी स्माइल है, इसमें इतना क्रीपी लगता हूँ कि I don't want to make like
no bro. Give me your best smile. Give me your smile, like a full teeth smile. That's not creepy. That's not creepy.
You know how Chandler in Friends couldn't smile, right? When there was a picture. I can't do that either.
Okay, Ms. Ba ये पूछ रही है. I think she's a fan from India. उन्होंने सवाल पूछा है कि इंडिया के बारे में आपके क्या ख्यालात हैं और इंडियन फैंस के बारे में क्या ख्यालात हैं. What do you have to say about
I have a lot of respect for Indian fans. Amazing. और हम लोग, मैं ये I genuinely believe that ये लड़ाई झगड़ा जो है, बंद हो जाना चाहिए यार. I mean, it's not. Do have stuff against certain artists in India, because when the entire Kashmir thing happened, they said a few things, and I have no respect left for them. But otherwise, I love the people over there. They're so respectful and they always, you know, मेरे live sessions में ज़्यादा मुझे लोग जो हैं वो Calcutta से यहाँ से कर रहे होते हैं. So it's so sweet of them.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel, and this is something that I was actually discussing. I was saying कि अगर हम लोग, the amount of money we spend on wars and, you know, weapons of mass destruction, if we didn't do that, and if we spent that kind of money on medical advancements and, you know, like universal vaccine stuff, we wouldn't be here. हमारी economy ना crash.
People
You know,
spend trillions on war, man. It's ridiculous.
if
Like,
we
it's not
spend that kind of money on like healthcare and all of that, I mean, it's just it's going to be a completely different world. But nahi karte. So I really think like we shouldn't be like, you know.
Yeah. हमारे पास एक सवाल है सदफ का. वो कह रही है कि what is Joey's guilty pleasure? What's your guilty pleasure?
Man, eating sweets. Like
Oh, dude.
I have
My God, don't begin. Oh no.
I have developed this sweet tooth post 25. Like till 25 years of my life, I never wanted to eat sweets. I didn't like. Now it's just like I crave like brownies and chocolates.
Bro, what's your favorite? Okay, I know Islamabad में मुझे ज़्यादा जगहों का नहीं पता. मैं कराची का आपको बताता हूँ. What's your favorite dessert place in Islamabad?
In Islamabad, if you ever come to Islamabad, there is a place called Street One Cafe. They have this Hit Me Skillet. One of the best desserts I've had. Oh my God.
Bro,
yeah.
कराची में एक आइसक्रीम मिलती है which is KB's. आपने कभी खाई है? Have you ever had KB's ice cream?
I've only had easy
Dude, KB's is easy. Oh my God, donut, easy. Yes, easy donuts. Oh my God. अभी Happy Donuts भी आया है and it's amazing. But KB's की आइसक्रीम इतनी बड़ा कोन इतना होता है और इसकी आइसक्रीम इतनी होती है ऊपर. So it's like आप जो है मतलब आप हिल जाते हो आइसक्रीम खा के.
Man, Karachi's food is amazing. Like every time I go to Karachi, there's not a single place I've been to that does not have good food.
Bro, Gafar Kebab House. Next year in Karachi, we gotta get together. I'll take you to Gafar ke fried kebab. Blow your mind. Okay, हमारा अगला सवाल ये है. किसी ने कहा. Oh, actually सवाल यही है. किसी ने पूछा है. This is coming in from a fan. I think this is from Usman, a fan called Usman. जिन्होंने पूछा है कि कराची के बारे में आपके क्या ख्यालात हैं? What do you think about Karachi?
Karachi is a great city. Karachi is an amazing city. Karachi is too like busy. और मैं जब भी कराची जाता हूँ, it's always like a lot of fun. But I don't think I can live in Karachi because I've grown up in Islamabad. I've grown up in Islamabad and it's very peaceful. Like हम लोग वो जो मजाक है 9 बजे सो जाते हैं, हालांकि 9 बजे नहीं सोते हम लोग. But I don't know. Like I love being around nature and stuff, and it's so like there's a lot of green. Here there's like I can go to a trail, I can go for hiking, I can go for a jog in a park. It's too green. Karachi is like a metropolitan like city. I can't like
fast and very
So I don't. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd move to like Iceland and start living there. Like I love. I really want to go to Iceland. But
so there you go, दोस्तों. अगर Iceland आप कभी जाएं तो हो सकता है you might bump into Usman at some point in Iceland.
Yeah.
हमारे पास अगला सवाल है. This is the last question from the fans. This is Rija Squad, and वो ये पूछ रही है कि obviously you are in dramas yourself, लेकिन आपका अपना पसंदीदा कोई ड्रामा जो something that you watch or have watched that you like.
When I was there, I used to love Anakola Jin. I don't watch dramas now. Like I don't. But I used to love Anakola Jin. I remember I was in boarding school. तो हम लोगों को I was in an army public school and Ghoda Gali, and we उस जमाने में Alpha Bravo Charlie release हुआ था. So every week they used to take us to the auditorium to show us the drama, and I loved Alpha Bravo Charlie and Anakola Jin. And also I didn't watch this drama because I was shit scared. But there used to be this drama on STN that used to come on called Hakikat.
Yes, I remember.
And it was about this possessed little kid. Every time the promos would start playing, I would go inside the Razai. I wouldn't want to watch this. This is really creepy.
I completely remember. Okay, so now that the fan questions are over, I have a question which I think is something I asked Faizan Sheikh से मेरी बात हुई थी थोड़े दिनों पहले, and he said something himself which made a lot of sense to me because
Yeah.
कि जैसे कि लॉकडाउन में जब आपको you know बंद कर दिया जाए एक कमरे के अंदर या एक घर के अंदर, so you start to look inside yourself and you start to do a bit of soul searching. You start to think about things that you normally don't get a chance to think about.
Yeah.
अब जैसे आप एक professional है media के, so you working all the time, right? So you don't go back to things that which probably were important to you before or you prioritized before because you're so busy working on things that like you are working on. So just for me instance, मेरी जैसे अपनी बात करूँ, तो बहुत अरसे से I had not connected to music in a long time. So I've been listening to a lot of music. I've been singing a lot of music. So that is something that changed within me during lockdown. What is the one thing that you have discovered in lockdown which you either missed or hadn't discovered before, or something that was close to you but now you've reconnected to it? Like, is there anything that comes to mind?
यार, you know how people say कि हम हमेशा कहते हैं कि हमने you know मैं पता नहीं मैं कुछ करना चाहता हूँ, but जब आपको फोर्स किया जाए तो फिर आपसे नहीं होती वो चीज, you know. What I've discovered about myself is how lazy I can be. That's one thing that I've discovered about myself. Yeah, I honestly, I have done nothing but sit in front of a TV all day long, watched series. And that's it. The series that I couldn't watch because I was working or I was doing some other stuff, I have binge watched all those series.
Wow.
I am literally the most useless person in this house right now. So I have learned nothing about myself.
Wow.
I
love the honesty.
Guitar.
I love the honesty.
Guitar to learn how to play, you know, because I wanted to learn how to play a guitar, and this I got before the Corona thing happened. Well, I wasn't getting time. So when this entire thing started off, I said, "Yaar, ye to bahut achhi opportunity." And I read that the writer of Great Gatsby was during the Spanish flu. He wrote the entire thing. And I'm like, yeah, he came up with Great Gatsby. I'm going to be the greatest guitarist in the world. By the time this lockdown ends and shit, nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
I don't even bother getting out of my room and.
Okay, so basically आपने पूरा Netflix छांट लिया है, essentially.
मैंने Netflix, Amazon Prime सब छांट लिया, और मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, I personally like I feel like, you know, I'm generally either if I'm working, otherwise I'm an introvert. I love being at home. I don't.
Oh, so this is ideal for you.
Yeah, so I don't like going to parties and after parties and
I haven't seen you at
socialize and stuff. Like I hate. I can't make small talk with people I don't know. Yeah. So this is what I love doing. You know, तो मेरे लिए इतना कोई मुश्किल नहीं है. I mean, if I'm not working, I'm home. So I mean, but ये होता है कि आप बहुत ज्यादा देर अंदर रहे ना, तो फिर आप बोलते हैं यार मैं बाहर देख लूं जाके क्या हो रहा है.
तो मुझे that's, you know, that's a good point you've touched upon, because मैं अपना बताता हूँ. मैं जब आपसे पहली दफा मिला, I think we met for an interview for Parchi.
Yeah. We came
met for the Parchi interview, and can I be honest, now that we're kind of friendly, we're friends, so I want to be honest with you. Please don't mind. This is not at all. First impression, okay? And I'm sure you've heard this before also.
I know where this is going. I've got it so many people.
Okay. So the first time that I met you, you walked in with, I think Manur bhi aapke saath thi, Shakir aapke saath the, Imran was with you, a lot of people were with you. Yeah. And I remember when you were there, you come across as a person who has, please don't mind me saying this. I like you, bro, so I don't. Okay,
not at all.
So you came across to me as a guy who just thinks that he's like the bomb. You know what I mean? Like you. मतलब ये शक्ल बिल्कुल यूं थी ना तुम्हारी, like ये वाली ना. तो मैंने बोला कि यार ये तो बंदा मतलब इतना attitude, मतलब, you know what I mean? Because you know me, I'm a friendly guy. मैं तो मिलते ही like hi, you know what I mean? And you're the complete opposite when you meet someone. Because you're like, what's up, you know? So लोगों को,
I know.
So how do you feel when you give that impression to people? Like, because I'm not sure.
So I keep telling people that everybody I talk to when we become friends, they go like, your first impression was like you don't give a shit. And honestly, it's not that. I am too shy to talk to some.
Really?
Like, Yeah, when I kind of go meet new people, I'm too shy to talk to them. Like I just don't, and it takes me a while to open up to people. Like
Yeah.
so I
Yeah,
don't,
during the
and
interview
people,
you opened up also. During the
huh,
interview you
and
were fine, huh?
the people I know, when I meet them,
Huh.
मैं इधर उधर सब एक कर देता हूँ. But the people who I don't know, like
Yeah.
I'm shy to talk to them, and that's
Okay.
always been, I don't know.
But like when you're just on your personality of being shy and stuff, is it a, for people that personally know you, like your family or purane dost, does it take them by surprise that you've become a public figure, like a celebrity? You know what I mean? Because that's the complete, like, because just I'm a very private person. People don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm the same. I love being home. I only have like 4, 5 very dear friends. I don't
yeah,
go to parties that much also. So I'm a very private person, but people assume that I'm a wild kid because I
yeah,
talk the way I talk. So,
huh,
जैसे आप हो, so when you are in a field which requires you to be social, requires you to be like an extrovert, you know what I mean? Does it get
yeah.
tough for you, like being the way you are and being in this field, or what? Or do people get surprised?
I think I'm getting better with this, like socializing with people. I was so bad, and there've been moments where I've been left alone with a few people who I didn't know that much, and it was the most awkward 5 minutes of my life, and I'm pretty sure their lives as well,
Yeah,
because I don't know what to say. Like I'm too shy, and then I get awkward, and I make it more awkward for the other person. But I feel like I've become better with time with
yeah,
this. Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
now feel like I have to make less effort to kind of talk to somebody. It organically happens now.
yeah,
पहले मुझसे नहीं होता. So I
yeah,
feel like it's getting better with time. But yeah, I don't really like I don't. I mean, and my friends and my family, they kind of know the kind of person I am because they've known me. So I'm very talkative between friends. I'm always joking around. I'm always cracking jokes and stuff. I used to mimic a lot. I used to crack, like, I mimic bhi bahut karta tha. So they always knew that they weren't
uh,
surprised that I'm an actor and I've done theater and everything. They're not surprised because but बाहर के लोग जो नहीं जानते मुझे जब मैं उनसे बात to
uh,
reserved and
yeah.
okay, some guys think really highly of himself. I don't. My
Yeah.
own opinion of myself is not very. So it's just like I'm very shy to talk to people. And
Okay, so I have a question. Now, this is something which I find very interesting about you is that you started off in theater and doing short films and doing stuff like जैसे आपने बताया कि that was what you were doing before becoming a like a proper film and television actor. And recently you did a short film, which, if I'm not mistaken, a short film which went to festivals abroad also and got. I think it was nominated also. I'm not sure. I'm not certain if it won the award, but it was nominated as well.
bench.
Yeah.
Um, it's been nominated at like 6 festivals till now. So
Okay. Right. So मुझे एक बात बताएं. What being a person whose passion is filmmaking and like has done theater before, और अब आप जो हैं अब आप एक दूसरी side पे आ गए media की, which is like television actor, film actor, doing
yeah,
these very commercial roles. What do you like? I'm not going to put you on the spot. I just want to ask, what do you feel most connected to as an artist? Do you feel that you prefer doing what you're doing now, or do you still enjoy doing these very independent and very intimate media that you did before? Do you enjoy doing that?
yeah. Filmmaking, making films, directing films is always going to be my first love.
Yeah.
Period. Like,
Okay. Cool.
the problem is, unfortunately, the industry we're in. It's unfortunately a very, very superficial industry. We don't give opportunities to people who are new, who might be really talented, but because they don't have a face value, they don't have a commercial value, bikega nahi. That's a very, whole lingo.
Yeah.
Um, I, if it was up to me, idealistically, I would have not started acting. I would have
Really?
kept, I would have kept directing. अगर कोई एक आध role अच्छा offer होता तो I would have done it. Um, there came a point where I had a film idea and I took it to a few people and they rejected it. And they said, "Okay, you don't have any, you haven't done anything big before. You've only done shorts. You don't have the experience. तुम नहीं कर पाओगे. तुम्हारी अब नाम भी नहीं बिकेगा." And that's when I realized, I said, listen, I said, fuck it. I'm just going to make my name as an actor because वही बिकता है. In this industry, it's so superficial. You make a name for yourself as an actor, and then everybody would be like, "Oh, हाँ ये film बना रहा है तो यार इसको तो हाँ ये तो बड़ा हमारे लिए भी बड़ा अच्छा." So I said, I'm gonna act for 5-6 years. I'm gonna make my name, and then I'm gonna direct a film according to my my script, or I want to direct it. I don't want anybody to come and tell me कि इसको इस तरह tweak कर दें, इसको इस तरह tweak कर दें. And that's unfortunately that's the thing. किसी भी नए बच्चे को कोई opportunity नहीं मिल सकती यहाँ पे because हम लोगों के
Essentially what you're saying is that in the future we see you as a filmmaker rather than an actor. Is that what we're?
I've always enjoyed acting. And I've come to really enjoy TV now as an actor. But I want to be a very, very serious filmmaker in the future. Like I want to make films.
Okay. Well, मुझे एक बात बताएं, Usman. This is now sort of coming to the end of our session with you. So I want to ask you this is a very important question which I asked another person yesterday, and this question I think is something that is related to all people in the media, public figures.
Yeah.
We see a lot of people wanting more from you personally. You know what I mean? When you're a public figure, they want your time. They want to be part of your life somehow. They forget the fact that you have boundaries and you have privacy and all of that. और फिर उसके ऊपर ये होता है कि अगर आप रिस्पॉन्ड उस तरह से ना करें तो फिर उस पे हो जाता है cyber bullying. That's what they resort to, a lot of people.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about cyberbullying and people wanting more from you, forgetting the fact that you're a person also and that you deserve privacy as well? What do you have to say about that? Because I know that bothers me a lot, and I know a lot of celebrities that really gets to them, इस तरह से कि यार ये तो do you feel like, what do you feel about that?
The problem is that हमारे मुल्क में हर एक की एक ओपिनियन है और हम लोगों को एक शौक है क्योंकि इंटरनेट ना मुझे जहां तक लगता है we as a nation were ready for social media and we got it. ठीक है. अब मैं इतना तंग आ गया अपने फेसबुक से. Every day I see some negative news, some controversy, someone has an issue with somebody else. Tolerance completely gone. We don't have tolerance. We don't tolerate other person's opinion. कोई अपनी opinion दे देगा, उस पे issue create हो जाएगा, फिर उसने कुछ कह दिया तो वो this is news these days. News जो असल news है वो तो अब that doesn't matter, and that's exactly what's happening on social media. Most of us are social media warriors. Most of us are fighting for causes. Most of us are fighting for causes on Facebook, Instagram. जब असल में बारी आएगी तो nobody's going to come out, nobody's going to do that, and that's something that I don't know, man. Like this I don't like. I hate the fact that people just because of to get approval from other people we would give up our morals, and that's ridiculous to me. But unfortunately it's there and you can't do much about it,
But what about people who want you to give more time or more personal अपना space, जो लोग ये भूल जाते हैं कि यार you're a human being too. What do you have to say about that? Because I find that very strange that people forget the fact that कि बंदे की अपनी privacy भी होती है. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's an unfortunate, and I honestly I'm one of those people who strictly believes like I'll do my work and then my personal life is my personal life. I don't pretend to be a certain way. Once you make it, you're like now being seen at every event. I don't like that. I mean, my personal life is my personal life. I want to spend my the time with my family like myself. I don't want to pretend to be somebody else. I'm generally a very private person, and I think my fans know that. Like it has happened a lot of times that there have been boundaries that have been crossed. But I mean, if you tell them once, then they understand,
Okay.
like, so, I mean, a lot of times, like once I got a letter. I don't know how they found out about my house, but there was a letter dropped inside my driveway, and so Kadeer bhai, who works here, he's one of the staff. वो उन्होंने उठाया and he brought it in and he's like, ये कुछ आया आपके लिए. And then I read it and it was a proper letter somebody had written to me, that how they want to meet my mother and how they want to talk about wo rishta and everything. That was a very scary thing. Then I go to this park to jog. There's behind my house. I go to a park that's, I go there to jog and everything. And apparently, and I go with a cap and a sunglasses and everything.
You try to like become this character.
Yeah. So, नहीं यार hood पहन लिया या कुछ कर लिया, like, but some people figured it out that I live somewhere around here, and then I don't know how some girls actually found they stalked my mother because my mother goes for a walk in the street. So they kind of went up to my mother and they're like, "Oh, आप Usman की?" And my mother's a very friendly woman, she's like, "हाँ," and they're like, "हम उनके बहुत बड़े fan हैं." तो अम्मा goes up to them, तो आ जाओ घर चाय पे, and मिलवाती हूँ तुम्हें.
You're like, "Mom, no."
So the next day, I've gone out for a jog and I get a call from my home and the guy goes like, वो आपसे कोई
मेहमान है.
मैंने कहा कौन बनने आई है? And they're like, कि नहीं वो कोई 3 यूनिवर्सिटी की खातून है. मैंने कहा मैंने तो किसी को नहीं बुलाया भाई. तो he went up to them and he's like, कि जी आपको किसने? तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं वो हमें आंटी ने बुलाया था. आंटी?
Wow.
And then I called my mother and I'm like, what? हाँ तो उन्होंने पूछा तो मैंने कहा आ जाओ तुम भी चाय.
I love auntie yaar.
You cannot do this. So that kind of stuff has happened because some people have figured out where I live. So there's a couple of times it's happened that even girls have come outside and they said we want to take a selfie with him. So I've told the guard that I don't tell them this is some other man who lives here. So I mean, but again, like whenever they've been told, they don't do it again. So alhamdulillah, my fans are very like I think they respect the fact that I mean, and I'm not very like I keep putting videos of Amma scolding me and everything. So I mean, but it is how it is. Like I wouldn't change anything, and
Let's talk about the new project Sabaat. Now, a lot of people are really excited about Sabaat. सबसे पहले तो I want to ask, I think कि ये बहुत ज़रूरी है पूछना because she's one of my favorite. I want to talk about Sara Khan. What was it like working with Sara?
Sara is the most. I mean, we've had a lot of fun and I've cracked a lot of jokes because Sara is so soft spoken that when she's not acting, she's like, and you're like, Sara, आप क्या कह रही हैं? That's true. But Sara is so sweet, yeah. Sara is so sweet. She's so like professional, and she, like, how you with a lot of actors, you go like, they're also involved, they're very loud and they're very intimidating and everything. With Sara, she does her job and she'll go and she'll mind her own business. She doesn't want to be in your business. She doesn't want to. It's very professional. It was such a, she doesn't have any tantrum. She doesn't have any, preconceived notions about, like, she's very sweet.
नहीं, बड़ी अच्छी बंदी है यार. मुझे तो and exactly जो आपने बात बोली कि सारा बड़ी soft spoken और बड़ी एक sweet बंदी है. You can't help but be this is your immediate reaction after you meet Sara.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like a care. She's like if a human being was a Care Bear, that would be Sara Khan, essentially.
Yeah. So basically, Sara, the character that she's playing in the drama is
opposite.
Like crazy. On sets, sometimes there was like a big switch in Sara's personality. Like she'd be like normally, and then action and then you'd be like,
that's true. Oh my god.
So she's also very good with like,
मुझे clip भेजी सारा ने उसने मुझे क्लिप भेजी कि मैंने उससे बोला ना कि यार तुमने ये रोल किया है, यू नो बड़ा एटीट्यूड और बड़ा ये और वो, मैंने कोई देखा कोई तस्वीर, she sent me a clip, bro. I kid you not, I was like ये तो वो बंदी नहीं है जिसको मैं जानता हूँ, you know what I mean? Such a good actress. I was like wow, you know. But okay, so tell us about Sabaat. How excited are you for this project? Because the last project, mashallah, did really well. So what do you have to say about this project? What can people look forward to with your character and this project itself?
Yeah, I'm generally very selective when it comes to dramas and stuff. I like to pick like slightly better. So this when the script came about, it was Shahzad Bhai directing, and Shahzad Bhai actually told me about this script. And when I read the script, it's, you know how you see a lot of drama, saas bahu, cousins marriage.
Yeah.
It's different from that. It's like I personally feel, according to the, you know, if you come jahan tak Pakistani industry ki baat hai, it's a little ahead of its time, you know, because it's a different, the story is very different. It's not your typical saas bahu khandan ye wo. So I mean, it was an interesting script. I liked it. The character was very interesting. My character is of a therapist, a psychiatrist. So I mean, it was interesting, and I said, yeah, I mean, I'd do it. And I mean, people have to wait and watch what, like.
Usman Mukhtar, thank you so much for joining me live. It was a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Thank you.
So,
always,
all your fans, bro, all your fans that are watching, what do you want to say? Anything you want to say to your fans at this time in lockdown?
All I want to say is, please stay home. आप लोग घर पे रहेंगे तो हम बाहर निकल सकते हैं. खुदा का वास्ता. Please, I'm tired of saying this again and again.
I swear, dude. भाई मैं और
कल I
उस्मान,
went out.
हम लोग मीडिया के लोग हैं, हम 25 दिन से घर में बैठे हुए हैं भाई, आप भी बैठ सकते हैं, you know what I mean?
I went out yesterday to get some medicines. यार I'm seeing people on road चहलकदमी कर रहे हैं. क्यों? मुझे तो ये नहीं समझ चहलकदमी क्यों? मतलब, so I don't know.
Okay, so please stay home, everybody. That is what Usman wants to do. And Usman Mukhtar, bro, you're awesome. People don't like people who think you're very serious. They don't know the real you. You are a cool guy. Yeah. You're awesome. I hope to see you in Karachi soon, man. And remember, bro, मैंने गफार कबाब हाउस का वादा किया है आपसे.
Done deal. Thank you, Dino.
Thank you, brother.
Bye
Thank you for joining me. That is Usman Mukhtar, everybody, joining me live here on my Instagram. And what a guy, man. What a sweet guy. और इंशाल्लाह सारा को भी हम जल्द लेंगे live. Guys, go and check out my songs on Instagram. You can go to my Instagram, यही profile पे जाएं. मेरे Instagram को follow भी कीजिए. मुझे आप मेरे गानों को भी सुनिए, comment भी कीजिए, और मुझे बताइए कि आप क्या चाहते हैं कि मैं किसको अगली दफ़ा बुलाऊं, और मैं उनको बुलाऊंगा आपके लिए खास तौर से. Lots of love. अपना ख्याल रखें. अल्लाह हाफिज़. पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद.